No.
Wow.
Leave me alone.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, we are now recording, so we shall leave that to the side, and yes. So hello everybody, and welcome to Talk of the Devil, the weekly comedy panel show. I'm your host, Jon Lee, and I'm joined today by three lovely people. And do introduce yourselves. So let's start with Joe Woods. Introduce yourself.
Hola. I'm not Spanish, I'm just English who likes to say Spanish words.
That's very cute. Fred, introduce yourself.
I'm hello, John. Oh man. As you were.
Oh, thank you very much. And George, introduce yourself.
Hello, good day. My audio has just gone very weird, so I can't actually hear what's going on at the moment. But I do know this is my time to introduce myself.
Oh, very good, very good. I think a point to George, or just sheer quick thinking like that. Yes. Let me.
Wait, what?
Well, this is going to be an amazing episode, I can just tell already.
Well, yes. Well, I think it's the nice thing to do. But yes.
It's very nice to me, or Joe. But
That's that's very true.
Look, all this is affirmative action. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay, well, can't argue with the motions of affirmative action.
Fred, do you want to mutiny this episode?
And I'll see what he's got up his sleeve. He's on thin ice, John. I'm letting you know.
We'll give him another chance. And then...
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Sounds ominous, but so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, and let's just jump into it, as Philip DeFranco would have said long ago. But that is a reference which I hope you got. But
I didn't get it now.
Well, Philip DeFranco was a YouTuber who well, I think still is. I don't think he's dead. But he did Friday shows. Daily YouTube videos where he discussed the news, and he always began with what is up, everybody? My name is Philip DeFranco, and let's just jump into it. And 16-year-old John was a big fan of Philip DeFranco, but then for some reason I just stopped being a fan of him. It's just strange things. Maybe one day I will stop being a fan of loads of things. Maybe one day I'll stop being a fan of Talk of the Devil. Just kidding. That day will never come. Talk of the Devil is not it's not something you're a fan of. It's a lifestyle, and I
Well said.
Thank you. I eat, sleep, live, breathe, and shit. Talk of the Devil. And well. And what a pile of excrement I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, let's jump into our first round. The first round. So this is going to be the classic fill in the blank round, and so I'm going to read out 3 news stories to you, and you guys are going to try and fill in the blanks. So you all know how this works. So let's jump into our first headline. Man arrested after taking his toddler into a blank.
Brothel.
Not quite. Well, very, very far from that actually, but no, not brothel.
Did
So
you
what's
say
the opposite
toddler?
of a brothel?
Planned
Did you say toddler?
Parents.
It is a toddler, yes.
Okay. I can get arrested for.
Taking his toddler.
Well, probably taking the toddler to a brothel, that you probably would get arrested for.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thinking.
You are correct, but no, he got arrested for taking his toddler somewhere else.
UKIP conference.
Max security prison.
A bit more specific than that. It's an area where the general public is not supposed to go.
Buckingham Palace.
A max security prison is probably where the general public can't get in.
Okay.
The polling station. The general public should stay away from there.
Tower of London.
No. It's somewhere which is, in fact, it's not meant for humans at all.
Oh.
But it's meant for animals?
Yes, indeed.
Birmingham.
A closed zoo.
Pardon?
A closed zoo.
Did you say a zoo?
A zoo, yeah.
Yes. Well, it is a part of the zoo, but what animal? What?
Tiger enclosure.
No. Very close though.
Lion enclosure.
No.
Rhino.
No. Oh, George is closest.
Elephant.
Fred Bloy, you do get the point. In fact, I'm going to give the points to both Joe and Fred for that, because Joe got the zoo thing and Fred got the specific animal. So
I mean, I feel like George could have gotten that if he didn't go for his joke answer.
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to say at this point to all listeners from Birmingham, you bring it on yourselves, really.
I thought that was going to be a defence there, but
what do you want me to do?
Look, I must admit, I did once go to Birmingham, and the weather was very nice. Yeah, the weather was nice.
That's all you have to say.
I'm sure I've never been to Birmingham. I'm sure you're all lovely. Don't sue us. Thank you.
I've been, didn't I? I've been twice.
Yes. I
See, I wanted to go again. I'm going to shut up.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I've been twice, so obviously I must have enjoyed it the first time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What did you go for?
Actually, I've been more than twice, but basically on holiday and for a convention, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What convention?
In Domria.
Insomnia,
There was a
wait.
gaming convention.
Was it held at night? This is a serious
Part of
question.
it was.
Was it?
Part of it was, yeah. A pub quiz thing. Which is nice, but yeah. Anyway, side topic has been completed. It wouldn't be a LUCI stream without being like a tangent.
Yeah, oh yeah. But yes, so yes, that is it. A San Diego zoo visitor is in jail after climbing inside the elephant enclosure with his 2-year-old daughter. Jose Navarrete, 25 years old, made it into the elephant enclosure with his daughter after passing multiple barriers, the release said. Once the father and daughter were inside the enclosure, an elephant noticed the pair and started to trot towards them, according to the release. When the man tried to exit the enclosure with his 2-year-old, he dropped her, but was able to pick her up. Nobody was harmed. But yes.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Yes. That is that. And so yeah, on to our next game. Our next round. Taiwan official urges people to stop changing their name to blank. What are we?
What's popular in Taiwanese culture?
I don't know.
Nor do I, funnily enough.
Wow. So you're changing their names. So this isn't like this is completely different from naming your kids. It's changing your name in later life.
It is, yes, indeed, changing your name in later life. And
Wow.
I shall give you a clue. It is not. It is something that is popular in Taiwanese culture. That they are trying to change their name to. It is not a human name. It is just a word for something that is popular in Taiwanese culture.
Jon Lee.
If they're anything similar to the Chinese in their spirituality, they'll be big on animals. Is that an avenue to go down?
Yes, it is. It
Good
is.
point.
Well done.
Lots of
Winnie the
animals.
Pooh.
Winnie
Lots
the
of.
It is. Although it is not a name change for the spiritual reason, it is a name change for the reason of well, it's not a spiritual animal. It's an animal which is seen as food in Taiwan.
Right. Okay. Chicken.
Not quite.
Pork.
No. Not pork. But we are on the right line with meat.
Okay.
Turkey.
No.
Cow.
No. Okay. Think a little bit smaller.
Peacock.
No. It's something you might find in the sea.
Sea.
Cod.
Oh, close.
Haddock.
Close.
Salmon.
Yep, George has got it.
Prawn.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Brilliant.
It is.
Salmon.
Yes. Yes, indeed, it's salmon. Yes, the people in Taiwan are changing their name to the word salmon, the word giyu, and the reason is, that
Are they big fans of the SNP and Alex Salmon?
yes, indeed.
If that was the reason, I love it.
Not quite, but no, what has happened is a restaurant has made a new promotional drive where any customer with the word salmon in their name, and salmon is something which actually appears in a lot of Taiwanese names. Any person with the word salmon in their names can get all-you-can-eat sushi at that restaurant.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That is baffling.
Yeah. So what's happened is in Taiwan the laws are that you can change your name up to 3 times in your lifetime, and a lot of people...
It's not an Instagram password. It's your name.
Well, in Taiwan you can. So yeah, people are going to the Taiwanese government and registering to change their name to Salmon, so that they can get an all-you-can-eat meal for themselves and for 5 friends. So yes.
How is this like to have this kind of global, well, not global, national effect? Is like, how popular is this restaurant? Like, it's not like a corner shop somewhere in the local village, is it?
Oh my god. No.
Listen
out.
It is a restaurant.
Everybody is flocking to just
Yeah, the entire population of Taiwan.
Someone to come forward and just go, guys, please, enough. Just ridiculous.
Well, still a pretty successful promotional drive for that one corner shop. But
That's actually loads of changes the name to fucking letters.
Lucky light. Oh yeah, what's your name, sir? My name is Fred Nando's. Yes.
George, my name is George Chimichurri Collins.
Oh man, my name is Fred Soy.
No. Brilliant.
Right, actually call yourself that, please.
No, I won't. No.
Oh dear. Oh well. Well, thank you very much. So one more. Okay. We are going to go into our last round of this, which so one more headline, and the headline is: Police in Michigan offer a $1,500 reward for the safe return of blank. What do we think?
Madeline McCann.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Not quite.
Goodness me.
I know.
Safe return of anything.
Yeah, safe return of anything, yeah.
It is
Safe return.
something which you might see in the town, like a a sort of a part of the town. If you
Okay.
ATM.
No, but you're on the right track in that it is inanimate.
Okay.
Welcome sign.
You're still kind of on the right track. Yes, it is a sort of
Okay.
a thing which goes in the ground, which is observed.
Flowers from a flower bed. A tree.
Tree.
Someone nicks a tree.
Wow.
Not quite. But you are all on the right track. Yeah, I would say you're getting close. You're getting warmer with tree.
Tree.
Why can't I think of anything that's in town now? I just look out my window and just see if there's any information.
A shrubbery.
Not quite.
A traffic light.
No. But no. It's, imagine you're walking through town and you're in, say, the town square. What kind of things might you find in the square? Something that people look at.
People look at a memorial thing.
Getting close, very close with memorial.
The statue.
Yes, George has got one of the points. So yes, people did steal a statue, but the question is, who was the statue of?
So could you just say where this is again? Sorry.
It's in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yes.
Right.
Was But Michigan as in USA?
Yes, indeed.
George
Hmm.
Washington.
Wait, pardon?
What do they love?
Now, George, you're on the right track with what do they love, because it is not a statue of say a historical figure. It is a statue that
Oh,
is
okay.
yes, it's a statue of somebody who is quite tied to an industry. A statue of say somebody you might have seen on TV, perhaps.
Their mayor or governor, maybe?
Not quite. S- somebody who is tied to a certain brand, in fact.
Brand.
Yes, indeed.
American. The Uncle Joe man was the bloke that, their World War II campaign thing.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Not quite. No. It's So think of a shop that you might see in America, and
Okay. Okay.
so and think of shops which have mascots, which have a famous mascot.
Colonel Sanders.
No.
Colonel the KFC.
Oh, you're getting really
Mr.
close
McDonald.
there. Oh, George, you've got it again.
Flipping Ronald McDonald. Are you having a laugh?
No way.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh, imagine going down your local high street and there being a statue of Ronald McDonald.
Honestly, I'm kind of
gosh.
glad it's stolen.
I'm kind of glad it's stolen.
Yeah, don't replace it.
I don't even live there, and I'm glad.
This is a good thing, guys. Trust me, it's fine.
Joe, own up. You stole the statue, didn't you?
You found me out. I managed to fly over to America during lockdown somehow.
You've done a good thing, Joe. I want to
Done a good
emphasize
thing.
that.
Okay,
You've done a good thing.
it's okay. I'll just money launder it into the society.
Fantastic.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a win for us, I guess.
Oh, sick. That will buy a lot of clickers.
You'll have a bit of work to do, George.
Oh, yeah, oh gosh, yes. Oh, it's treasurer-elect. Deary me. The plans are piling up.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, yes. The first money laundering of the treasurer-elect. Oh, brilliant.
I mean, it's something that Bakir said he'd do.
He did say that, yeah.
Was that in his Meet the Exec thing? Or was it in his his speech?
Look, either way, John, he made it far too public, so...
Oh, wow. Well, I am learning a lot about the LUCI exec today. But yes, a statue of Ronald McDonald has been stolen in a small town called Woodhaven in Michigan, and yes, I believe it is the McDonald's in question that has issued a call for the statue to be found, and they are saying to give a $1,500 reward to anyone who returns it. So yes, so yes, that is the story, and so now we will go on to our next round, and we will go on to our song break. Normally I would ask you guys a creative question for you guys to give a creative answer to during the and you'd think up of a creative answer during the song break. But this time we're going to do something slightly different. In the next round after the song break, we are going to do an improv round. And that improv round is going to be where you are going to be selling me a vaccine. So, let me explain. There are 3 major vaccine companies which are distributing their own vaccines for COVID-19. Those companies are AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and Moderna, which is based in the US. And in the next round, each of the 3 of you is going to assume the role of one of those 3 companies, and you are going to try to sell the vaccine to me, Boris Johnson. Yes, indeed. I am going to be Boris Johnson, and I am choosing the vaccine company that I want to contract to supply the UK. And you guys will give a sales pitch to me. So you will give a short 1-minute opening pitch, and then I will ask you a few questions, and you shall give answers. But there is another twist to this. So while you will be giving your sales pitches to me, you will be actually in pairs. For one of you will be giving a speech, but one of you will be should have saiding for that person. So yes, so for instance, while George is giving his pitch to me, we shall have, let me see, we shall have Joe. You will be should have saiding. While Joe is giving his speech to me, we will have Fred should have saiding. And while Fred is giving his speech, George, you will be should have saiding. So yes.
Okay.
So that is what the next. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna just clarifying. I should have said in George, right?
You are, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Lovely, jubbly, yes. And Fred will be should have saiding you, and George will be should have saiding Fred. So, so yes. So that is what the next round is going to be. So,
Nice.
Indeed. Any questions?
Do we have a specific? Are we given a specific one, or are we able to choose any of the 3 companies?
No, you are giving a specific one. Thank you. Yes, Joe, you will be AstraZeneca. Fred, you will be Moderna, and George, you will be Pfizer. And
Thank you.
yes, and so in the next round, we will be transported to Boris Johnson's office at number 10 Downing Street, and you will be giving your sales pitches to me, and should have saiding one another. And yes, so you will each give a 1-minute initial pitch. Then I will ask you questions, and you will give little answers to them. So during this song break, try to think up of what you will have in your pitch for me. Why should I contract you to supply vaccines to the UK? What makes your vaccine so good? So yes, that is what we will be doing. So now it is time for our song break. And as you all know, these song breaks are all going to tie in to a story that has been in the news, and that will be either in the title, the artist name, or the lyrics. There will be 3 song breaks, and after the 3 have finished, the contestants will try to guess what that song, what that story that's been in the news is. So the first song break is the song Augustus Gloop from the soundtrack to the lovely 2007 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, wonderful.
Indeed. So, it's playing now. So, yes, get your speeches planned out in your head, and I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the song. Yo, yo, yo. That was Augustus Gloop from the original soundtrack to the lovely film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So, yes. Now it is time for your speeches, ladies and gentlemen. And, so I asked you guys to come up with a pitch for me, for why Boris Johnson, should should contract you to supply vaccines to the UK. And so, I have your the order in which the speeches, the pitches shall come. So you will do a little 1 minute initial pitch, and then I shall ask you some questions, and then yes, but there will be should have saiding going on. So first up we have George Collins, and George, you will have Joe Woods should have saiding you. So George, you are here representing the company Pfizer with your vaccine. Why should I contract you?
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, let me start off with a little poem I've written for you. Mr. Prime Minister, I come selling Pfizer. Your lady will demand for it to be inside her. It's incredibly safe and extremely effective. This has even been proved by my private detective. I feel it is clear, by Pfizer, you should buy Pfizer while I'm here. Now, one of the things you'll really like about this, Mr. Prime Minister, is as well as protecting people, it will also protect statues. I know that's something you're big on. I know there's a lot of things in the media about side effects. Now, I must tell you, there are no side effects to this.
Should have dead.
The only side effect is that people will be unable to make a simple decision for the following day, but that's nothing you're not used to from Keir Starmer. It also comes in a nice blue packaging, which I think you will find very attractive. And I mean, these are just some of the key points why I feel you should buy the Pfizer vaccine.
Right. Interesting. What's it made of?
Well, the Oxford vaccine has actually got a component in it that has been derived from monkey shit. They isolated the compound found. But I'm quite a rustic man, and I've just taken pure monkey shit and put that in it. No isolation of the element, just pure monkey shit. What you see is what you get.
My God. And that will act as a deterrent against COVID? How?
Well, I must say I'm just the salesman here. I'm not the scientist. Should have said, Mr. Prime Minister, don't ask questions. People that ask too many questions sometimes disappear. So I'd just buy it if I were you.
Thank you very much. Oh, lovely jubbly. Thank you. So now on to our next pitch, and that pitch will be from Joe Woods, and you will have Fred Bloy should have saiding for you. So, Joe, you are here representing AstraZeneca, and you are trying to sell to me the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Please take it away.
So, unlike the man from Pfizer, I'm not going to start off with a poem. I'm just going to get straight to the facts. AstraZeneca, as you know, is based in the UK. That should be your pure driving force for getting the vaccine, because, as you know, homegrown vaccine are better than foreign vaccine. It's healthier for the environment. It's also a bit more reliable. You don't have to deal with international relations in order to import the vaccine.
Should have said.
And also, when you consider them, did you say should have said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You won't have to deal with the bureaucrats in order to import the vaccine. And also, if you think about it, customs, it's mad expensive for just getting a shirt. So imagine how expensive it will be to get Moderna. Also, the pure patriotism should just boost our success rate of this virus, and that is why you should get this virus.
I do agree. I do agree. However, where is this vaccine grown, as you say?
In the UK, it's the whole point of homegrown.
Grown? Is it really grown?
It's actually grown in people's home.
Should have said.
It's grown in it's grown in in other countries' home.
My God.
Yeah, I feel like I'm making a mistake with this.
Wow.
Please don't.
Very interesting. Interesting. And as with George, how is it made? What's the making process?
Well, I'll actually give you the scientific process of this. So basically, you have the virus, the COVID virus, and it will have certain components that make it infectious removed from it, so then it's damaged and it gives your immune system a chance of surviving.
Should have said.
So this particular vaccine, we actually make it more infectious. So then basically when it goes into the body, only the strongest will survive. But as you know, survival of the fittest, it just means that the UK will be stronger for that.
Wonderful.
I am making a mistake with this.
I love killing people. So now, just as a courtesy, Fred, I will hear your pitch. Although I think there is a winner in sight for me. Yes.
Hang on, what's the point of me being here? You jumped up, flipping. Oh, look at me! I run a country. I don't need to hear your pitch. Should I speak at all? Do you just want me to leave? What's wrong with you?
My dear man. There are several men with guns outside the door. Give me the pitch.
Whoop-de-doo! Whoop-de-doo! Shoot me! I'd rather die than be here, right? So, the pitch. Okay, here goes. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I must say you're looking lovely today, very puffy in the face.
Should have said.
Mr. Prime Minister, I must say today you're looking especially thick. If this wasn't a business trip, I would. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, why are we called Moderna, right? And the key word in that is, modern, right? Modern. So we like to cater to the modern concerns.
Should have said.
So we like to cater to what the common man wants. We hate the common people, but there are quite a few of them. So it's the only way stuff sells. Our vaccine not only, prevents you from, dying, but also it gives you, what a modern person would want, and that is big penis.
Should have said.
And that is it's foolproof, really. That is the ability to play the most savory guitar licks without practice. So you take this vaccine, not only will the symptoms be lesser if you do get the virus and stuff like that, you will be able to riff over, I don't know, what kind of music do you like, Mr. Johnson? What are you into?
Oh well, I do like a bit of Tchaikovsky. Bit of Mozart.
Tchaikovsky, a Mozart. Yep.
And
Emmy-
rapper 69.
And to 69, wonderful. So not only will this vaccine help you with the symptoms, that you'll be able to play some lovely, harpsichord parts along with the Mozart, and then also lay down the sickest bars about how you and your boys hang in the ends, Mr. Prime Minister. This is why you should take the Moderna vaccine.
Wonderful. And yes, and what was the manufacturing process for this vaccine?
Basically, we saw other people making them, and I turned to the lads and I went, "We should do that." And they said, "What?" We're not scientists. I said, "I don't care. Do it. Find someone else, or I fire you." And what I normally do when I fire the employees is I claim their children as my own. So that's very. So I just said, "Go and make one," and here we are.
Oh, lovely. Okay, thank you very much. Well, that brings us.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of that. And now, actually, I think I will give the point to Fred there, actually, because that was very, very good.
Thank you.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. I was probably expecting Fred to get that one.
Well,
I could just feel how hard he was trying.
How dare you? How dare you?
well.
Thank you for the point.
Wait, what?
Joe, I hate to inform you, I gave Fred the point.
Oh, okay.
I think Jay thought somebody said.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Definitely not because of. Okay.
Tough times never last, Joe. Tough times never last.
Oh. Well,
I'm just gonna go and mute myself now.
Well, we have got a song break coming up right about now. So I'm gonna ask you all to mute yourselves in a bit. But we are now going to have that song break. But we have another creative answers round. So this time it's a standard creative answers thing. So just think of your best creative answer. And my creative question for you guys, for this song break is, well, all these scientists, these brainiac scientists, they think they're so clever creating a COVID vaccine. Hey, scientists, we don't want a vaccine. We want a cure for COVID. Duh. Obviously, that's what we need. So, guys, how do we make the cure for COVID-19? That is my question to you guys. So, here comes the song break. And yes, be thinking, what is the cure for COVID-19? And the song break, the song is Retro by Childish Gambino. So yes, speak to you guys very, very soon. Yo. Well, that was
Delightful.
I know. Nearly as good as Mozart. Probably written by Mozart. It was just
Probably is.
it was so soaring, so deep in timbre. Oh yes. I think the second movement of that especially really touched my soul. But but yes. We are now onto the creative answers round. So hopefully you guys have thought of some creative answers, and for the question that I asked you, which is, what is the cure for COVID and how is it made? So, let me shuffle my list of you guys, and then I will ask you for your answers. So, okie dokie. Frederick Bloy, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. So, the cure for it, right? I think we're all worrying too much. I think we're trying too hard. And I think we've got to treat it like you know, sort of the way you're meant to sort of deal with, you know, a sort of very precocious child or something. And that is to just let it go about its business. Just stop thinking about it. You know, let it do its due. And then eventually, you know, everyone should be fine. And in the process, you may, you know, for obvious reasons, not have to talk to some people you dislike anymore. So, I think it's a win-win.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Right, we've got let it just do its thing. From Fred, and next up on our list, George Collins. What do you think?
Now, I'm going to go plain and simple here.
Ah.
One of the cures that I have found myself in life, particularly for that of a hangover, is if you were to eat a pack of chili heatwave Doritos and a pack of Mr. Kipling slices of your choice, chances are you will be fine and much better. Now, as you see here, I said a pack of Mr. Kipling slices of your choice. This is very liberal and democratic. The choice is yours. I'm not telling you have to have the vaccine. In fact, I'm telling you, choose what Mr. Kipling slices you want. You know, you can go for the Bakewells, the country slices, those little Victoria sponge ones. They're a bit shit, but the option's there. Ultimately, you're not eating these for the enjoyment. You're eating these rather late at night, you know, so pissed you've lost a sock and gained a hat and a traffic cone. You're not going to care. Pack of chili heatwave Doritos, pack of Mr. Kipling slices, and I think that would be a good cure.
Oh, lovely. Oh. Excellent stuff. And Joe, what do you think? What's the cure?
Right. So I don't just have the cure to COVID-19. I have the cure to all of the bad things in life,
Oh.
and that is death.
Oh.
Because you can escape all the bad things in life by just dying. And then if you believe in religion, you go to whatever respective afterlife and you get to live all the good things. The only bad thing is that the only side effect about it is that if religion isn't true, then you also lose all the good things in life. So that's the only side effect of the cure.
Well,
Thank you.
well, we thank you. Well, guys, we have touched upon a very philosophical question in that particular creative answer. Is religion true? No, I mean, I can allocate points based on the humor of these answers, or I can allocate points based on the depth of the subject matter that they discuss. But I think I'm going to go with Joe's one, because it was deep. So yes.
Just making sure you said me right and not
Yeah.
Fred.
Should have said.
Oh, fuck, you. As soon as I allocate the points, you just say should have said, and get them in your favor. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. And on to our last round. So, the last round is the true or false round. So, I am going to ask my lovely panelists. Well, I'm going to read out some stories to them, and they are going to ascertain whether or not they are true or false. So, I'm going to read out to you guys the headline and let me know what you think. So, first up, 1 in 10 home workers did not wear trousers in meetings. A recent YouGov poll has found out that 15% of people who work from home have admitted to not wearing trousers during online meetings, and 30% of them have admitted to wearing pajamas. A further 23% have admitted to shopping online during online meetings, and 15% have admitted to playing computer games during online meetings. So yes, what do we think, guys? How true does that sound? Does that poll sound accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, I'm also thinking you could have just made it up. But honestly, I'm gonna go with my gut instinct.
Yeah,
It's true.
Right.
that sounds like quite an easy one to make up, which is playing in the back of my head that it might be false, but I'm not sure.
Well.
My gut instinct and say it's true.
Right. So some people.
I'm doing this podcast in my pajamas as well. So
Yeah. So it's gone up to 16% now.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, it does have that thing where it is believable. But is that because I'm just such a talented creative writer, or is it believable because it's true? That is a question.
See, my issue is it's a classic issue in that because you've given some numbers, right?
Yeah.
Those numbers could very easily be different.
So,
like, even if you're being really, really horrible and cruel, and you've just changed them one number either side, right?
Yes.
You could.
It just depends on what you think of Jon. What do you think of your fellow exec member?
I'll tell you. Do you know what I think of my fellow exec member, Jon? I think he is lovely and honest.
Oh.
So, I am saying this is true.
Oh, so
Oh, no.
I've duped him well.
Oh.
But okay, so Fred, you're saying true. George and Joe, what do you think?
True.
I'm also going to say true.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, guys, I am pleased to inform you that you are all correct. The story is indeed true, and my yes, I maybe I am biased. But yes, so that story was true, and now we move on to our next story, and the story is as follows. Krispy Kreme offers a free donut to people who get vaccinated. Donut giant Krispy Kreme is hoping to offer a sweet incentive for Americans to get a COVID-19 vaccine. Beginning this week and for the rest of the year of 2021, anyone who shows a valid vaccination card at any Krispy Kreme store in the US can receive a free original glazed donut. So, yes. Yeah, so...
It's America. You gotta think anything that sounds dumb is probably true.
Well, that's an interesting take.
Did you say they get a free donut?
Yeah. All they have to do is walk into a store. According to this story, which may be true or may be false, all they have to do is walk into a store and show a valid vaccination card, and they will receive one free donut that day.
The thing is, though, I feel like that would actually work. Because right now, I know that in America, not many people are getting it, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like getting a free donut might actually make people do it.
Yeah, but it's just a donut, man. How much is a donut already? Like, one free donut, you're going to save what? Although I don't know the prices in the US, but what, like, what, £3, £4? Like, if that, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I got the vaccine, I would then, like, I'd sort of go to them and just go, what, like, mate, what's the point in giving me this? I might as well be paying you. There's no difference.
Although, to be fair, it is for the whole year that you can, so you can get multiple free donuts. Yes, indeed. You just have to, you can just walk in any day, and any time you walk in, they will give you a free donut. So, yes.
Now, is that sustainable?
Yeah, that sounds like an excellent thing to get people to get vaccines, but a terrible idea in terms of a business model. But the thought that's just come into my mind is, you see the English vaccine cards, and they've got like your name, the batch number. Whereas all the Americans are going to have your name, your batch number, McDonald's, Krispy Kreme, KFC. Just stamps after you've kept getting these free things. It'll be like a well-travelled man's passport.
I don't know. I am going to say false.
Right. Cool.
I'm going to say true.
Okay. Jolly good. And Joe, what do you think?
I think it's true.
Right.
Come on, boys.
Fred, I mean, it is the only way for you to get ahead by going against the grain, because George has 4 points and Joe and Fred are tied on 2 points. So yes, if we're all good with our answers.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I will now make the reveal. The story is in fact true. Yeah. Let me put the link in the chat for you guys. But yeah.
By the way, is this the stats that you're talking about?
You found it. You get a
1,500. Yeah, I found it in a tweet. That, like, I literally just came across it, like, randomly.
Oh.
Jesus.
Krispy Kreme, free donut. Man, yeah. Go for a run. Stop. Go for a walk or something. Just
every little help.
Why is it just like flipping? Just you got the vaccine. Your gift is not dying, not the donut.
Yeah.
The thing is, you can see COVID sat in the corner. Oh, they got the vaccine. Oh,
No,
that's out of my reach now. But coronary heart disease is sat in an armchair, just thinking, I've got you now.
you gotta remember,
You're
the
all
goal of
mine.
America is capitalism.
Yeah,
So by giving the vaccine, they want to try and get as much money out of you as possible, even though they're not getting many money. But technically, they're getting exposure.
No, this story sucks.
Oh. Yes.
There's nothing against you, John. That's nothing.
What you're saying is that if I went to America right now, can I get free donut?
Well, I think you might have to have a US vaccination card to show. Potentially.
Yes, but I'm not talking. I don't care about that. I want free donut.
yeah, but also, Joe, you've got to think. If you go on holiday, you're going to get a £5,000 fine. And
Is it
it's that one free donut.
The donuts are worth it. I feel like the donuts are probably worth it. It's not a holiday, it's a business trip. I'm going for business purposes. I gotta return that Ronald McDonald statue, to be honest. So.
Oh man. Oh, lovely jubbly.
Anyway.
Oh, wow. Well, excellent. Thank you very much for that. And now we have our last story, true or false. And the headline is Edexcel releasing its first textbooks on Audible. Here's the text. The exam board, Pearson Edexcel, have announced that they will make audiobook versions of all the textbooks that they publish and will be releasing those books on Audible. A spokesperson said, "We believe that some students with reading difficulties, such as dyslexia, are at such a disadvantage to their peers, and we are committed to addressing that imbalance however we can." Edexcel has said it plans for all its textbooks published since 2018 to be available in time for the beginning of the new school year in September 2021. So yes, what do we think? Is that feasible?
I think, well, I got three different ways of approaching it. I got my metagaming way in the fact that you've done two true stories,
Yeah.
but you could have been completely lazy and just went all true, or you could have gone false just to like have a bit of a mixed bag. But also, I feel like the story is way too specific, and I'm kind of doubting whether you made it up. So I feel like it's probably true because it makes sense, sort of.
Interesting. So
True, right, sort of talking with it.
yes. Well, I mean, when you insinuated that I might be too lazy to make up a false story, it did resonate with me. Well, to be fair, I mean, I was nodding when you said that. I mean, it was partly down to laziness. That all the stories of last episode of Talk of the Devil last week were in fact true because I made them up. Well, I didn't make them up. But yes. Yes. So is it because am I too lazy to have made that up? That is the question.
Now, Audible you have to pay a subscription to, and then you also have to buy the book. So the way you read the story was this is helping people that struggle to read. it's not. They didn't do this to help them. They did it to make more money. So that's my thoughts on this. And also, although I think it's an excellent idea, I don't know if they've got on this yet. And also, you can't sort of look at the information and then highlight it and do things like that. So I'm tempted to say false. I'm going to say false.
Interesting. Very true. So we've got George, who is looking at it in a very economic sense there. And yes, Fred, what are your thoughts?
Now, as an individual who has gone through, some Edexcel subjects, and so, did you say Edexcel?
I did, yes.
Yeah, Edexcel. So some Edexcel sort of A-level stuff and things. I know that sometimes some of the stuff they do is a bit shaky. But most of the time pretty good. Stalling. No, I think I don't know. I think if this was something that was happening, my mum or sister maybe would have mentioned it in a conversation. My sister still being a secondary education student, yeah. And sort of, I guess my mum sort of being involved in like some kind of like parenting like stuff, sort of like classes and things. It may have come up as a conversation. I don't know.
So you're using your family links to try to influence your chances of winning this Talk of the Devil episode, Fred. This man. This is corruption. Sorry, go on.
Nepotism at its finest.
Listen.
Yeah, indeed.
Listen. Right?
It's not what you know. It's who you know, isn't it, Fred?
Listen.
No wonder he's president of LUCI.
Listen, guys. I hate to break it to you, right? But there's a difference between being able to spot me doing this and being able to stop me doing this. So, on that basis, I mean, I don't even like the reasoning I was trying to employ isn't wrong reasoning. I'm gonna say false.
Right. Okay. So we've got Fred saying false. George and Joe, I've actually completely forgotten what you guys thought. So did you think it was true or false?
I thought it was true.
And I'm saying false.
Jolly good. Okay. So we've got a false from Fred and George, and we've got a true from Joe, and the story was false. Yes, a point to George and Fred. Now that brings us to the end of the round. So, yes.
Now I feel bad for saying that you were lazy.
Indeed. Yeah. Well. I mean, you were right. You were still right. I am, and so don't worry. It is a model that will prove what am I trying to say? I am lazy, so I wouldn't feel bad for using logic and the truth when ascertaining the nature of these stories. Yes. On to our final song break. Yes, this story, this song break, in fact, this song is going to be is called "Shot in the Dark" by AC/DC. But before the song break, I have a creative question for you guys, and that question is, what kind of exam questions are there going to be in a post-COVID world? Because you get exam questions like, Dave goes into the shop and he has 30 quid and oranges are 5 quid. How many oranges can Dave get? But in this world, Dave can't just stroll into a shop anymore. Is that shop an essential business? If not, should Dave report it to the police? How much compensation? How much of a reward will Dave get if he does? So yes, are there even any oranges available in the shop? Or have they all been panic bought? So, these are the questions. So, what kind of exam questions will there be in future exam papers to reflect a post-COVID world? So yes, and now for our final song break, and that song is "Shot in the Dark." Yes. So, let me just get the link. Here we go. So this is AC/DC, "Shot in the Dark." Talk to you soon. Lovely jubbly. Well, that was a "Shot in the Dark" by AC/DC, and that was some hecking vocals, and yes, so we had the creative answers round to go through now. So I asked you guys the question, what will exam questions be like in a post-COVID world? And so yes, now is the time for your answers. So I'm shuffling my list, and okay, first up, Joe, if you could kick us off.
Hi. The future is now, old man. And with the way that the world is turning out at the moment, we'll be in a dystopian future before long. And so in the future, exams in the future won't be on paper, but they'll in fact be taken inside the mind. So you'll have like a ship that can go in, and then instead of wasting time writing for hours, the ship can just search your brain to see if you actually know the answer, and it's done in like 10 minutes. And that's how exam will be done. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, tough luck.
Okay. Awesome stuff. And well, that does sound very good. I mean, I guess if you're a kid and you've got a crush on your teacher, you'd better hope that the chip
Oh no.
that the chip doesn't find that. Yeah. But yes. Next up, George. How will they? Yes.
So, exam questions in a post-COVID world. I went for less of a descriptive approach. I've gone for a more literal approach, and I've got some examples here for you. If the R rate is 1.7, how many people will Geeta infect while shopping for Tesco Value Rich Tea biscuits? Question 1B. What is the probability that hugging your grandmother will prove fatal? Question 1C. This is English. In Chapter 3 of Boris Johnson and the Big Bad COVID Pandemic, how was the theme of foreshadowing used? And then finally, we have to what extent were Rishi Sunak's use of verbs in ETAT to help out the cause of Margaret down the road kicking the bucket from COVID?
Oh, brilliant. We are a politically neutral show here on Talk of the Devil.
I mean, I'm a Tory, but, you know.
Yes. Lovely stuff. Yes, yeah. And so, Fred Bloy, you are last. Yes. What are your thoughts?
So, I don't think the questions on the surface will change that much, John.
Ah.
Um, I think if we look around, if we look around us in the world today, like the way people are thinking, it's a sorry state of affairs to say that we are moving towards, if I could change it, I would, but we're moving towards a more existential way of thinking.
Mhm.
The forbidden philosophy, if you will. And I think because of this, state of affairs, and when will this end? When will we get out? Is it worth waking up tomorrow if it's just going to be the same as today? That sort of thing. I think questions will start to read a bit like this. Like you'll get the same question on the surface, but then the actual final question will be a bit different. So, for example, you get, I don't know, Paul has 8 apples and Sandra has 6 apples. And they put their apples together, and then Sandra eats 4 of those apples. And the question would be, how many apples do they have left usually? But instead, after she eats the 4 apples, the question would be, why did she eat them in one sitting? Things like this, things that actually matter. I don't care how many apples they got. I want to know what kind of horrible mental state she's in, that she feels the need to just down 4 Granny Smiths in one go. This sort of thing. I think questions will develop a sort of darker undertone. Yeah.
Oh yes, it takes yes, radio waves are being transmitted from the radio mast at a frequency of 217 hertz, and they are 5 kilometers away from the internet user who is using those radio waves. So why doesn't that internet user go out and get a life? And
Exactly. Exactly. Like you get Tom has gone out for his 3rd walk of the week. He's walking for this long at this speed. How many more walks before something changes? This sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah, well, how, yes, yeah. How many more people do we need to be like Tom and walk instead of drive, to reverse the effects of global warming, which have wrecked our planet?
Oh, God, I tell you what, if that does happen, the sort of the school psychologists and stuff, they'll need a pay rise.
Oh my God. Oh, lovely jubbly. Yes. Well, okay. I am going to give the point to. I very much enjoyed them all, but I'm going to give the point to George Collins. Because
Thank
that
you.
was very. I did enjoy yours a lot. So yes. No worries. So it is now time for the final part of the show. We are going to try and figure out what the song breaks were pointing towards. So the 3 songs that have been played have been, in order, the Augustus Gloop song from the soundtrack to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The song Retro by Childish Gambino. And finally, the song Shot in the Dark by AC/DC. And so, yes, these songs all point to something. So, what Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas, or shall I start?
I was about to say not a clue, but all of a sudden a light bulb has just turned
Ooh.
on.
Hit us.
It's quite far fetched, but it's there.
Right. Hit us with it.
Is it to do with the coming back of Line of Duty?
No.
Because hear me out. The kids were in, I'm pretty sure it was a gambling shop, and there's a childish gambling. Augustus Gloop, Willy Wonka, I'm not too sure. And somebody was shot, and it was quite a blasé firing, so that could have been a shot in the dark. But that was the only thoughts I had.
Gosh. No. I'm afraid.
I now look like some crazy conspiracy theorist.
No, it's not that. It's just a sort of pause and just what?
No.
If only like all of the song choices, like my song choices are very like on the nose whenever I do it. I wish I was able to do it like that.
Yeah, I'm very confused.
I may have made it a bit too hard, to be fair. But yes. So it okay. It is something to do with a topic that is in the news a lot, related to the pandemic.
Okay.
And it is a topic that we have discussed in this very episode.
Oh.
Vaccines?
Indeed, it is to do with vaccines.
Right.
So
Are they making short white kids really fat and love chocolate? Is that one of the side effects?
Oh god.
I mean, I'm not gonna. They don't really relate to the sound choices, but I do know like the past week or so, like the whole thing about the EU blocking vaccine export. But that's not related. That's just a shot in the dark, to be honest.
Right.
I'm sorry if someone already made that joke and I did it again. But...
Well, I I don't think anyone did. So don't.
Okay, I wasn't sure if George did it or not.
Is it? Is it something to do with Is it like 50% of all adults have had it now?
I believe you are correct that 50% of all adults have had it now, but and you are kind of on the right track in that it's about the demographics of people who are getting the vaccine, and so the hint towards the hint towards it being about the vaccine was in the song "Shot in the Dark."
Of course.
Right. so that's the vaccine keyword of the story out of the way. So now the other two songs, Augustus Gloop and Childish Gambino's Retro. So yes, what hints do you think there might be in those song names and artist names?
Is it something to do with vaccinating younger people?
You are correct. You are very correct.
I don't know what though.
Is it that younger people are less likely to come forward to get it?
No.
A lot of bad things happen to the children in Willy Wonka, so I assume that the children, concerned that if the vaccine is given to children, it might make them worse. Might do bad things. I don't know.
Interesting point. It's not about that. it's about the rollout of the vaccine, and so you are right in children. So it's now that it's now just a question of the rollout of the vaccine. So yes, they're trying to get the vaccines rolled out pretty fast. So what could the story be about?
Is it? I think I saw something of like a nasal spray that was going to be given to children instead of injecting them, which is going to be a squirt up the nose.
Interesting. It's
That sounds very cool.
it's not about that. And I did hear that nasal spray was in fact developed at Lancaster University.
Hey!
We are a top 10
Oh
uni.
my
Top
God, the
10
best
university
Oh yeah. What was that, Joe?
I was saying home of the best comedy society there.
Hell
Indeed.
Oh, of course, of course.
I mean, there's a reason why we're top 10 university, and that's
It's
because
us,
of the
it's
comedy
us.
society.
We're only a
I
top
mean,
10 university.
we're ranked 9 in Virgin Energy. That's why we're top 10 university. We contributed.
So Oxford and Cambridge are number 1 and 2 in terms of Virgin Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. Hey, you said it, not me.
If there's anyone who's listening who have links to Cambridge or Oxford, screw you. That's all I have to say.
Okay. We're not working with Oxford or Cambridge then.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, I have no idea actually. Then at this song.
Yeah.
No.
No, I must get it.
When do they want to begin vaccinating children?
August!
Hey! Okay.
That is clever. That's clever.
Wow.
Well done.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, very good.
I've never seen such joy on a Talk of the Devil episode.
No, it was just sort of like you said when, and then I just his name's Augustus. Oh
my God.
Genius!
Damn it. Why did we have to be ranked 8 in the ranking? We should have been ranked 9, and then it would have been perfect.
Oh my
Look,
God.
Joe knows what he cares about, so.
Oh, brilliant. The exec of the most Virgin Energy Society, for we are all exec members here, are pleased to bring the show to a close, with the news story that yes, the government is making preparations to begin vaccinating children in August of 2021. So yes, pretty cool
I
stuff.
thought they weren't going to do it at all. I thought they were just kind of like saying, oh, children have to just basically try and survive or something like that.
We've got a population problem.
Ooh, that's not where. I mean, actually, that's probably a safer way of going it than what I said. But okay.
Well, you know, we won't have to deal with getting the kids to catch up on school after the year they've missed if they're dead.
I told you, death is the cure to all things.
Falling behind on exams?
Just die.
But yes, so Indeed. Thank you very much. So that draws the episode to a close, and now it just comes to announce the winner. And the winner, I think, maybe for the second week running, is George
Wow.
Collins.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No worries at all.
Well done, George. You came second. I assume Fred, because you got that question at the end, right?
You are correct. Yes, Fred got 4 points. Joe, you got 2 points, and George got 6. Yes. It was at least you all got even numbers, and you went
Ah.
up in twos. So yes.
I should have gotten an odd number just to mess with you.
Pardon? Well, yes. So, that is Talk of the Devil, and thank you very much, for listening, and thank you to my guests. And now we shall all scream goodbye into our microphones. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Adieu.
Oh, lovely, jubbly.